you tired of starting, getting short-term results, and then ultimately giving up? Well, this video is for you. Today we're going to be sharing 5 tips to help you stay consistent along your fitness journey. Are you ready? Well, let's do it. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Lucky Lifestyle Fitness. If this is your first time here, welcome. To returning people, I appreciate you guys coming back to watch another video. If you have not already subscribed, I highly recommend you do so, especially if you already like my videos in the past. Today's video, we're going to be going over some tips to help you guys stay consistent along your journey and make it into a lasting thing so you can live a fitness lifestyle and be fit every day. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it, man. Tip number 1 is going to be start tracking. Now, without you having a way to measure your success, how will you know if what you're doing is working? Also, when you are tracking, you will know that you are making progress, which is going to keep building momentum for you to keep moving forward along your journey. So a few ways that you can start tracking, or ways that you should be tracking, are, of course, we all know about the scale. The scale is a useful tool if you use it correctly. So weighing yourself once a week, the same day, every time, the same time, every time, and then making sure that you're using the bathroom before you weigh yourself. This is gonna give you the most accurate reading on the scale. So pick a day, do it at the same time, and do it in the morning while your body's fasted so you get the most accurate reading, and you're doing it at the beginning of your day when nothing else is in your system, all right? Another way to track your progress is to do pictures of yourself, progress pictures every single week. You can actually do it the same day that you weigh yourself, is what I would highly recommend. This is what I do for my clients. So after you get your weight, you can also take those pictures in the morning because you're gonna look your best when your body's fasted. Again, getting the most accurate readings possible, and you're gonna get the most flattering pictures too as well. All right, so this is gonna be another way for you guys to track your progress along the way. So then you can get those non-scale victories, because sometimes your weight might fluctuate up and down while you're building muscle. You'll also be burning fat. So the scale might not change too much week to week, but you can get the progress pictures and see, hey, my body is actually changing, even though the scale isn't doing much of a transition from, week to week. Another way that you should be tracking is definitely tracking your calories. Now, I know this seems daunting at the beginning, but it is a great way to make sure that you are doing the things that you need to be doing so that way you can be progressing. If your goal is to lose weight, essentially, the only way that this can happen is if you are in a caloric deficit. But if you are not tracking your calories, how will you know if you are in a caloric deficit? Spoiler alert, you won't. So you need to be tracking your calories to know exactly how many you should be getting per day, and making sure that you're hitting those numbers so you are making progress week to week. Because if you are not making progress, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to stop. You're going to give up, as anyone would. So tip number 1, start tracking, track your progress, track your calories from week to week, and build that momentum as you go forward so that way you can keep everything moving and stay flowing, and eventually become fit for the rest of your life. Yes, because that is the ultimate goal, right? That is why we are here. Which leads us to tip number 2, which is enjoy the process. As a wise man once said, the man who enjoys walking is going to go further than the man just trying to get to his destination. So enjoying the journey is going to ensure that you go further, because if you are miserable doing the thing, then you're not going to want to do it for very long, correct? But if you are having a blast doing it, then you're going to continue to move forward and make the progress, and enjoying the journey is a great way to ensure that you keep moving forward along this path. We as human beings, we tend to fall towards things that are enjoyable to us and shy away from things that we don't enjoy. So fitness is no different. So for instance, say if you don't really like doing a treadmill for cardio, right? But you got to get your cardio in. So it leads you to maybe like a Muay Thai studio, and you take a class and you're like, you know what, I really dig this. So now you have another way that you can do cardio without doing the boring treadmill that you actually enjoy. So this helps you to expand and explore some other things, and then you can expand yourself as a person and expand your lifestyle and just be exposed to some different things that are going to be more enjoyable for yourself. Look at fitness like an adventure. What is this leading me to? What doors is this opening up to me that I would not have noticed before had I not been on this journey? So look at fitness as just one other thing that you can utilize to help yourself expand your horizons and get into some things that you may not have otherwise. Fitness is great. Yeah. Tip number 3 is stay flexible. So say you miss a workout one day, don't allow it to create a negative spiral and snowball. Give yourself grace. Okay, I missed this workout for whatever reason. I'll pick it right back up tomorrow. So say you end up in the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A when you should be eating your chicken and rice at home, but you didn't meal prep that day. Don't take that and allow that one bad instance to knock you completely off your regimen, because it's only one bad day, or it's only one thing that you messed up on. Progress is not a linear journey, okay? It has a lot of swiggles, a lot of chaos, a lot of twists and turns. So grant yourself that grace during those time periods and allow yourself to get back on it the next day. The goal of it is progress, not perfection, because nothing is perfect, all right? So you gotta be able to have that little wiggle room for yourself and grant yourself some grace on those days when you don't do the things that you should do that day, and just pick it back up the next day. It's not a big deal, all right? Just get back on it. You fall off the horse, you jump right back on it and start riding. Okay, tip number 4, and this is actually one of my favorite tips that I love to give to my clients: celebrate the small wins. Now, the reason why this tip is so pivotal is sometimes people really wait until the end of their journey to celebrate the win. Every big win is really just a bunch of small wins collectively creating a big win. So say if you have a goal of losing 20 pounds. Now, the first 2 pounds that you lose, you might be thinking, okay, I got 18 more pounds to go. I'm not at 20 yet, so you don't celebrate it. Now, this is going to kill your momentum. Say if you do celebrate those 2 pounds that you drop, you get that nice small win that's going to help build that momentum to the next 2 pounds and the next 2 pounds and the next 2 pounds. And then before you know it, you'll hit your goal, but you've been celebrating this entire time, so you actually enjoyed the journey, which is one of the tips that we stated before, right? So you kind of put them both together. You're enjoying the entire journey and celebrating those wins along the way. Imagine what this is going to do for your motivation and for your paradigm and your thought process. You're gonna be invigorated and ready to get the next 2 pounds off, ready to do the next workout, ready to stay on your eating regimens, because you know what you're doing is actually working and you can see it. And that's gonna do wonders for you continuously being on this journey. This is gonna do wonders for your consistency. Some of the small wins that you can celebrate are losing weight, of course. Maybe you lost that pound that week. Sticking to your diet, that's something to celebrate. And also, if you hit your exercises for that week, every day that you were supposed to do, if you did that, celebrate that, man. Because those are wins. You are changing, you are transforming, and it's gonna be difficult. So give yourself a pat on the back for taking those steps to move forward. Don't wait until you achieve your ultimate goal to celebrate. Celebrate every step along the way. All right, last but not least, tip number 5, make it manageable. If you wanna go far, go slow. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much at one time. If you are going from not exercising at all and eating however you want, don't implement a regimen where you're working out 5 times a week and cutting out sodas completely. All right, it's gonna be too much at one time. It's gonna be way too overwhelming. Make the transition from where you are and where you want to be a slow, easy process that's easy to manage, so that way you can make it to the end. All right, if you start with not working out at all, start with maybe working out once or twice a week. Do that for a little bit, increase it by 3 times a week. Do that for a little bit, increase it by 1 if you want, because you can have an effective regimen where you're working out 3 times a week if you're doing it correctly. The point of it is to make sure that you're doing it in small steps, small increments. If you drink 3 sodas a day, don't quit cold turkey. Drink 2 sodas a day and decrease it by 1. Do that for a week or 2, decrease it by 1 again, 1 soda per day. And the next thing you know, you might be drinking 1 soda per week. It's all about making those small changes in order to accumulate big results. Every big win is made up of accumulation of small wins along the way. So always keep this in mind when you're on your fitness journey and trying to stay consistent. If you like these tips, download my free fitness journey blueprint. It's a comprehensive guide with a bunch of tips that I use to not only drop 50 pounds, but to also create a fitness lifestyle for myself and stay consistent on my personal journey. If you're interested, the link is in the description. Until next time, and always remember, small changes equal big results. Peace.